Okie doke, Evil Soft Man back here. Okay, it's been my 3-day sabbatical. I've been away. Friday night I was just chilling because, I don't know, I was just needing a night off. Saturday night I was out on a date. And last night, I tried to record a video last night, but I got back about 11:30. And it was really late, and what it came out, it was really quiet because I didn't want to wake anyone else up. So it was just like me going whispering like this, and it was just pointless. So I'm re-recording this to do a better version of it. Alright, just a little bits of updates in that. I'll be doing the gamer vid later tonight for Marvel Land. I've already went through it a little bit so I can use a password sheet to get further on, so we can start off after Lefarius's vid, though I don't know if I'm going to get through the boss at the end of World 7 because it was kind of like a game. Well, I'll explain it when we get there. Right, also today, after saying I wasn't going to buy any games, I've bought 2 in the last week. I bought Call of Duty World at War, which is everyone's seen, so I'm not even going to bother showing you the box of that, but I never bought it. I was waiting for it to come down in price, and it's just hit the 25 quid last week in Asda. Went in, got it for 22.50, and it's back up to 40 quid now again. So I got it while the going was good. And today I just gone back from work literally about 5 minutes ago, and I bought Batman Arkham Asylum for the PS3, which I can't show any footage of because I'm recording with the PS3. And the reason I bought the PS3 version, apart from the 360, was so I could get the Joker missions. The challenge maps for playing as the Joker. So that was the real reason for doing it. It was, if you were going to push come to shove, you go for the one where the extra content's going to be. But, alright. Today we're going to do first, before this gameplay vid, I'm going to do my Blu-ray collection. And there's 2 reasons for it. 1, it's pretty short because I've not got that many. And 2, well, it's easy enough to do. It was basically because it was last night and I was really tired and didn't want to have to set up things for the TV and everything to do the gameplay vid. I was just exhausted, so this is what I'm going to do. So the first Blu-ray I'm going to show you, well, it's 3 because it's a trilogy, and it's X-Men trilogy for the, and here we are, Blu-ray, well, obviously. And like, I'm a big kind of comic book fan. I love X-Men, and it's just awesome to have them in Blu-ray. It's the special edition ones as well, so it's a 6-disc box set. It has all the special editions from the DVD releases, and some of it's just been hooked up to Blu-ray. You'll find I'm one of these people that buys a lot of 2-disc special editions because I love looking at how things are made. It possibly is a reason why I probably should go into something like that kind of industry or something, because I absolutely love figuring out how stuff works, how it works in the back of the scenes and everything, and it's probably, and how stuff was made, processes and everything. So I'm one of these people that did sit through the Lord of the Rings special edition ones, the big box set, 4-disc each film one, where the first disc of special features lasted 9 hours of video, or it felt like 9 hours of video anyway. Right, second Blu-ray. This is Watchmen, and this is the newest one I've got. I haven't read the graphic novel. I know. But I thought it'd be quite an interesting perspective to actually watch the film without actually watching, or actually reading the graphic novel. And I really liked it because of that. I don't know if I'd be more, just have a different opinion if I had. But as it's on its own, without reference to the graphic novel, I actually quite liked it. I thought it was really well acted. It was very good special effects. So, yeah, I thought it was a pretty damn decent film. Haven't watched the special features yet, so we'll see about that later on. But alright, there seems to be a pretty good feature about the impact of the graphic novel, which I wouldn't mind watching. Alright, this is a great, great film. I went to the cinema to see this last year in November. This is Taken. Liam Neeson. And after the hardship he's had the last few months, this is probably the only good thing you're going to see out of him for a while. It's a really, really good film. His daughter gets kidnapped in France, and he was was it CIA operative? But he actually goes back to try and get his daughter back because they were going to inject her. Well, they did inject her with heroin and try to make her out as a prostitute while she was kind of like fucked out of her mind. It's a really, really good film, really good action film. And if you ever thought that Liam Neeson couldn't do these action scenes, well, he shouldn't have had, because Phantom Menace, he was probably the best thing in it. But that was beside the point. But really, really good film. Recommend anybody going to see that film. Alright, next two. Well, count these as two. No, we'll do the first one. Right. These are Disney Blu-ray Platinum Editions because, as we know, Platinum Editions, they sell for like 2 months and then they disappear. They don't get reprinted. So if you don't pick them up right at the beginning, you don't get them, and then they re-release them as a special edition. But the boxes don't look half as good, as far as I'm aware to tell. So I've been picking up like the platinum releases of Disney films. So this is Pinocchio. And the good thing about this, well, the thing with Disney, is that they actually package a DVD in with the 2 Blu-rays. So if you've not, it's like a good transitional one. So you could still buy that and say, well, we're meaning to get a Blu-ray, but at the meantime we can play this on DVD and still have the film, which I think is really, really good. It's a way of really just transitioning people onto Blu-ray, which a lot of other companies don't do, which I think is a really good thing. And the same thing happens with this. This is Sleeping Beauty, which I was never that big a fan of actually as a film. I was much more into probably the ones that I was younger at. So I liked Little Mermaid, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, stuff like that. That was kind of like my kind of growing up films to watch. But I liked a lot of the older ones like Jungle Book and stuff. I just didn't really like that one that much. This, if anyone doesn't have this, please go out and get it. It's Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This is the Skynet Special Edition tin box. It only seems to have 1 disc, but it seems to have a fuckload of features packed into it. As we can expect from anything with James Cameron, there is a load of backstage stuff and how it gets worked. It's one of these films, you know how I usually go on my rant that I don't like CG? He somehow makes it work. And I really like him for that. And anyone can attest to seeing the new Avatar trailer, which just came out about 2 weeks ago. Oh my fucking god, yes, we're going to see that film. It's going to be awesome. Go into Apple's site if you haven't seen that trailer. Seriously, it looks really, really good. Right, this is where my James Bond fandom comes into, because I really, really love James Bond films. I have all 22 official on DVD. I want to get Never Say Never Again because I actually prefer it to Thunderball. Maybe that's sacrilege in itself, but I do. And I was never a big fan of the original Casino Royale. But I think that's probably because it was a spoof thing more than anything. But this is the new one. This is Quantum of Solace on Blu-ray. It is a really, really, it's alright. It is really good, but it's not as good as Casino. And I kind of like the story in Casino. I thought it was quite weird that the director was going on about how there'd be much more characterization to Bond in this one compared to Casino. And I actually thought the opposite was true. It was a lot more telling of his character in Casino than it ever was in this new one. I'm hoping now that they've kind of ended this kind of arc at the end of the Quantum of Solace, that the next one should be really, really good, able to push the series forward again in a positive direction. But let's see, should I tell you my favourite Bond? Because it's not going to be the one you're thinking of. Ah, fuck it. My favourite Bond is Timothy Dalton. I'm going to let that sink in. Right, my favourite film is License to Kill. Again, I'm going to let that sink in a little bit. Favourite Connery one is You Only Live Twice. Maybe that saves it a little bit. Right. Okay, next film. Dark Knight. what can you say? Dark Knight is awesome. Like I say, I bought Batman today, but a huge Batman fan. The only thing I really would have liked kept from the original movie series would have been the Danny Elfman theme. I really, really love that theme from the original Batman films. And it just felt a bit weird without that in there. But apart from that, it was really, really good. Apart from the fact that the IMAX camera bits were so huge, and then you go back to normal and it just doesn't work. It like switches aspect ratios. Okay, I'm going to have to do this quick. I've got 20 seconds. Right. Resident Evil Degeneration. This is the last one anyway. Right. It's a pretty good film, except that it feels like you're just watching somebody play a game rather than actual film content sometimes. But it is really, really well done, and if you're a Resident Evil fan, you should probably pick it up. Okay, it's Evil Sloth Man.